Urban, as you sit here now, do you believe you will not coach again?
I believe I will not coach again.
From that to coaching news, this just into SportsCenter. According to our Diana Rossini, the Atlanta Falcons have offered Arthur Smith their head coaching job, coming by way of the Tennessee Titans, where he was the offensive coordinator at the helm of an attack that ranked 4th in the league in scoring during the regular season, averaging 30.7 points per game. Smith, 38 years old, will replace Dan Quinn. Hey, congratulations. You made it to the pre-kend.
It's a lifestyle.
SportsCenter AM, Nicole Briscoe and Randy Scott. Happy to get this Friday started with you. And we start with a fresh start for the Rockets.
Who said that team couldn't be fixed? Oh, it was James Harden. Guess what? No beard, no problem. Rockets taking on the Spurs. This is the first Rockets game without James Harden on the roster since April 26, 2012. No John Wall either. He's on the roster. He just not playing in this one. Sore knee. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Spurs up 5. Rockets turn it over. DeMar DeRozan. Fast break. Keldon Johnson. Career high 29 points. DeRozan gets the hustle points. He actually had 13 real ones to go with his 7 assists. Spurs up 8. Rockets now down 9. 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Sterling Brown driving inside. No, I'm going to kick that out to Christian Wood. How about a 6-point game? Head coach Stephen Silas said his team had spirit, and spirit led to a 15-2 run in the fourth quarter. Brown wide open for a 3. Rockets pulled within 3. 3 minutes to play now. Rockets down 3 still. Wood going to get the block. Rockets now on the fast break, and Brown dishes to David Nwaba, who misses a layup, but that's okay. Tate, offensive rebound there. Open is Wood. That is a 3. He had 27 points, 15 rebounds, and 3 blocks. And oh, by the way, that ties it up. 101 for you and 101 for you. 2 minutes to play. Rockets up 2, and Brown, who took Harden's spot in the starting lineup, 23 points. Rockets now up 4. Spurs had a chance. Nah. First game since trading Harden, the Rockets hold on to win at 109-105. Harden said the Rockets could not be fixed. The Rockets say they now have a lot to prove, and they are 2-0 without Harden this season. It was 2-6 when he played with the team. Obviously, there's lots of time now to explore the life without Harden portion of the program, and perhaps some money to figure out how to best bolster the crew that they've got there now, because the 9 players available in that game against the Spurs, their salaries combined for about $35 million, which is $6 million shy of what Harden alone is making this season. Coming up, the question is now, when will we see James Harden with his new team? We've got a new timeline for you this morning. That's ahead on SportsCenter AM.
We got an epic one-on-one battle here. Golden State and Denver, a.k.a. Steph Curry, against the Cookie Monster. We'll explain. Nikola Jokic coming in, averaging a triple-double on the season, and D is for dunking upon this rookie. Was it a dunk, though? It's Nikola Jokic working on James Wiseman baseline. The bench says it was. Was it just sort of like a lay-in? His fingers are on the rim. Either way, it worked. James Wiseman did have 18 points, but he's making the highlight for all the wrong reasons. Steph Curry would darn near double those 18 points, though. Off a screen, Steph, a triple. Warriors cut the deficit to just 8, but this 3 here in a 10-point game is ridiculous. The range. Mike Malone, the Nuggets head coach, said, listen, when he makes his shots, don't look over at me and say I played good defense when you didn't. Steph, the range is crazy at 29 after 3 quarters in the fourth. It's Jokic double teamed. He's able to find Will Barton.
Oh, nice.
Dad bod God is sharing the basketball. The Nuggets back up 11. Mike Malone said, I think he's definitely in the MVP conversation. The impact he's had every single night. Jokic to a streaking Monte Morris. That gives him another triple-double. That was his 10th assist. Jokic padding that and then getting his own bucket. 23 points, 14 boards, and those 10 dimes. Nuggets win. Now, Jokic, explain the nickname.
Mike Miller always said I'm a cookie monster, and I'm going to steal that from him, so I'm a cookie monster. Maybe I'm not that good defensively, but I'm a cookie monster.
Sharp dresser, that cookie
How
monster.
do we explain the facial hair situation that's happening there?
It's a new entry into the nickname pantheon. Cookie monster, big honey, dad bod God. Urban Meyer, we'll get to you in just a moment.
Hold tight.
You selfish, headline-grabbing head coach in Northeast Florida. But Jokic, meanwhile, 46th career triple-double. That ties LeBron James for the 8th most in NBA history.
Urban, as you sit here now, do you believe you will not coach again?
I believe I will not coach again.
Are you fairly certain?
Certain, yes.
Never is a very big word. What are the chances we'll never see you lead another team out of a tunnel?
I don't believe that's going to happen. If I'm going to enjoy it tonight, I don't believe I'm going to coach again.
Unless, of course, he changes his mind again. Urban Meyer is the new head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and despite the Jags owner interviewing as many as 4 other candidates, it appears as though Meyer, if he wanted the job, it was his. Well, he wants it. Meyer has spent the last couple of years away from coaching. He stepped away from Ohio State back in 2018. At the time, he said it was due to health concerns. You may also remember Ohio State had placed Meyer on paid administrative leave pending the investigation into whether or not Meyer knew about the domestic abuse allegations involving his former assistant coach, Zach Smith, and Smith's now ex-wife, Courtney Smith. Meyer now takes over in Jacksonville for Doug Marrone, who lost the final 15 games of the season, but won the right to pick Trevor Lawrence first overall in the upcoming NFL draft. Something Meyer says is an opportunity. Quote, with strong support from ownership, the Jaguars are well positioned to become competitive. He went on to say, I've analyzed this decision from every angle. The time is right in Jacksonville, and the time is right for me to return to coaching. I'm excited about the future of this organization and our long-term prospects for the future. I'm excited that Jeremy Fowler is with us now. Now, how much of Meyer taking this job is about Trevor Lawrence?
Well, Nicole, it was big. I was told that Meyer was enamored with Trevor Lawrence dating back to the 2019 college football championship semifinal against his old team, Ohio State. He watched that in person. He pretty much fell in love with Lawrence, realized I would love to coach a guy like that in the future. He'd also been telling people privately that he was sort of turned off by the college game, wanted to focus on the pro game because of just some of the transfer rules, the way college football handled COVID. He wanted a new challenge, so you combine the chance to play with Lawrence, with all the cap space Jacksonville had, all those draft picks, it added up for Meyer.
So the Jags' job is now off the board, and so is the Jets' job. It's Robert Saleh, the new head coach for the Jets. He's the former Niners defensive coordinator. And here's the interesting bit, perhaps, too, because according to our Adam Schefter, it's expected that he's going to bring with him to New York Mike LaFleur. That's the brother of Packers head coach Matt LaFleur and the Niners passing game coordinator. So what does all of that say about Sam Darnold's future in New York?
Yeah, well, the Jets wanted a staff, including an offensive coordinator, that could help mold a young quarterback, whether that is Sam Darnold or that is the number 2 overall pick. Now, the belief among many around the league is the Jets will indeed take a number 2 signal caller there, and that complicates Darnold's future. But that was not a firm determination that was made in the interview process. They just wanted to get the high energy of a guy like Saleh, the defensive pedigree, the leadership. They focused on those things, and then on the offensive side, they knew they had somebody from the Kyle Shanahan system, which is, by the way, friendly for an athletic mobile quarterback like Darnold. But they knew whoever they got in that spot, they would be able to grow a young player.
The Jets don't have that first pick, but they do have picks with which to work. They have 2 first-round picks coming in this upcoming draft, plus they have $71 million in salary cap space. Thank you, Mr. Fowler. Now, if you are keeping track of the new hires, there are still, as at least this moment, 5 teams searching for a new head coach. You got the Lions, the Eagles, potentially the Falcons. They're the questionable one here now. The Texans and the team that actually won 7 games last season, the Chargers, and that job comes with Justin Herbert. Those jobs still available.
All right, back to basketball when we come back. The very latest on when we can expect to see James Harden on the court in a Nets uniform. And is it the thumb or is it the cold? There's a little bit of both. How much concern should there be for Jared Goff playing in the cold weather of Lambeau Field? And why he finished the first half just 5 points, finished a game with 9 points. This is against a Heat team that he hung 45 on earlier in the week. So someone had to step up, and that someone was Shake Milton. And when you're hitting shots like this, you know it's your night. First of all, that could have been a foul on Milton. He hit Tyler Hero in the grill. Could have been a foul on Hero for getting his grill in the way. I don't know. But Milton knocked that down. Much, much stronger game for him. Later, Milton, 3 on the wing. Sixers player with 30 points and 5 assists off the bench in the last 40 years. He had 19 points in the first half, finished with 31. Let's go to the